Well, hello everybody. I hope you're keeping well. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. We're about halfway through May now. It's nice and warm and sunny. Some clouds in the sky. But that sun is shining and that's the main thing. Makes you feel so much better. I have two cats in the room with me. There's Arthur on the windowsill and I've got Merlin next to me. He's fast asleep, bless him. I thought today I would pull a couple of teachings by White Eagle. Now, of course, I'm interested in the spiritualist movement and have been for a number of years. Decades, in fact, and I do channeling as well. But if I do channeling, I always say a prayer first to keep any bad spirits away. One of my guides is White Eagle, and this was a real American Indian chief in the 19th century who is now an ascended master. So I'm going to choose probably a couple of sayings, just at random, and then I'm going to attempt to deliver some kind of message based on these teachings for the month of May. So let's pick one of these at random. The little book is called The Quiet Mind, Sayings of White Eagle. So if you want to know what White Eagle looked like, there he is. This is a card from the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. And it says, White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. I don't know whether any of you share my beliefs, but it is believed that when we incarnate on the earth plane, we don't just accrue wounds in our current life or work through wounds from previous lives, but also we inherit the wounds of our ancestral DNA. In other words, if our ancestors had a really bad time and there were things that weren't resolved in their lifetime, then that will carry through to us. So with that in mind, let's choose a message just at random. Page 46 and page 47. Live in God, in God's time. Live tranquilly in God, in God's time. Every morning on waking and every night before you sleep, send out a thought to the Great Spirit. That is all. Just feel that God is in your heart and that you are the son or daughter of that living power. That whatever you need, the Great Spirit knows it. The Great Spirit being God. We have lots of different names for God depending on religion or belief or faith or culture. So when we say Great Spirit, that is a term that American Indians might use and may have used in the past. So if, for example, you turn the television on and there's gloom and doom, don't focus on the gloom and doom, focus on the divine. Then we go on to you are divine. In the spheres of light, all souls are tranquil. with shining godlike faces. Every piece of work is executed perfectly, and the effort of all is applied to further the happiness of the community. Always in your inner selves and in your quiet moments, you can rise into this perfect life and receive from those who dwell there the inspiration to live likewise on earth. So that's about raising our frequencies, just shut out the gloom and doom and focus on the light, focus on faith, focus on good, winning over evil, focus on courage and strength and hope. Don't dwell on negativity, because if you dwell on negativity, the universe thinks that's what you want, so you will get more of the same. And this is one of the problems that we are facing now. There's been too many people going around focusing on the negative things instead of the light things that are going to raise our frequencies and bring forth good things. If you focus on positivity, then you are manifesting positivity. If you focus on negative things, then that's what you will manifest. Don't make the excuse that you are only human. We may be human on this earth, but the soul is a light. The body is but a vehicle. You, ultimately, your higher self, are not that vehicle. You are a soul, you are light. With all the force of the truth that is in us, we say we know that you are divine, and divinity is pure. And if we focus on those aspects of our higher self, then we will find that things turn around pretty quickly to our advantage, in line with divine timing. And lastly, from here, your Christ self, every day on awakening and many times during the day, particularly when you are being overwhelmed and harassed by the affairs of the physical life, pause and remember that it is the little self, the human personality, which is being tried. And then understand that above you in the invisible realms is that greater self, the Christ self. Look into that form of glorious colour, that radiant life, and you will feel infinite power flowing into your personality. You will be conscious above your personality of a self which is limitless, which is living in God. And I think those things are wonderful. And if you're feeling down, then it might help to reflect on these sayings, and they will help to pull you, or rather your little self, out of whatever rut you feel that you are in. When we come to earth, we are here to learn certain things that we didn't learn in a previous life. Us as souls, remember, the body is but a vehicle. The body can be weak, but the spirit inside can be strong. It depends how you approach things. Some of us have physical limitations or emotional or other mental trials and tribulations to deal with, and it doesn't mean to say that we sink deep into a negative spiral and can find no way out. If anything, as souls, our job is here to transcend above the body that we have inhabited, and if the spirit is good and strong, and despite whatever challenges we face, can rise above it. I will give an example of Frida Kahlo. Now, of course, most people know that she was a Mexican painter of the early and mid 20th century, and she had a terrible accident and was quite damaged, and she spent a lot of her life in various corsets because of her spine, and also because of the injuries to the reproductive organs as well. And she was in a great deal of pain. The year before her passing, she had to have one of her legs amputated as well. But even though she was sometimes bedbound, and even towards the end she was maybe only able to rest up in bed, she was still painting, and she was a very courageous person who rose above her physical limitations to become one of the greatest painters of the 20th century. And of course, she became one of the most thought-provoking artists of the surrealist movement. She had a tremendous force of spirit. Her spirit was able to transcend any physical or other limitations she might have had. Doesn't mean to say she was perfect. Like everybody, she had her struggles. We all have challenges, and sometimes all behave in ways that are not exemplary, but it's how we deal with those that count. So let's just choose at random something very quickly from the back of the book, just one of these. Rejoice in your karma. Karma, my child, is really unlearned lessons, so it is. These lessons have to be faced in a calm spirit. Rejoice in your karma. Thank God for the opportunities which are presented to you to learn lessons and dispose of your karma, for these are steps by which you mount into the heavenly lodge. And with that, I conclude the message for today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please do comment. What do you think of the teachings of White Eagle? Are there any other teachers that you are particularly drawn to? Please share and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Ring the notification bell. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Until then, stay positive, stay focused, live each day in peace and joy, find pleasure in all the things that you do, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Until then, bye for now.